is actually statistically worse than anybody else's. It is a fact. 18 players have been injured this season. A combined 155 games missed between those players. In second place, Everton, they've had 20 players injured, but they've only missed a combined total of 106 games. So Liverpool's players have missed 50 games, 50% more matches than any other team in terms of injuries. So when Jurgen Klopp does talk, and Liverpool fans point to the fact that they are hampered by injuries more than anybody else, statistically, they've got a point, Perry.
Yeah, he has. And if you those days that you're talking about, Sam, and games, sorry, Virgil van Dijk would be a massive number of those, wouldn't he? Because he's
20.
been out. Exactly, because he's been out for so long. Gomez as well, he'd contribute that. So they've had, like, severe injuries, haven't they, rather than just little sort of tears and, little pulls or whatever. But also, there's been a load of things. Injuries have obviously contributed. To be fair, Jurgen Klopp, I've been critical of him because I don't think he's picked the right teams, putting Henderson in at centre-half, so he's, taken away the power from the midfield. He could have played Phillips as a centre-half. He could have played Williams as a centre-half. So there's contributing fact. Jota was injured as well.
He also didn't play Kabak and Davis after signing them on deadline day until it got to the point when they had to.
Yeah, I can understand not playing both because that's a massive, especially for Davis as well. It's a big step up, and for Kabak. So playing one, I get it, and I would have played like Phillips alongside Kabak. So Jordan Henderson plays now. He's injured as well, isn't he? He just had a groin up, I think. So
he's going to be out until April.
Yeah, and we talked about Arsenal with the lead. We talked about the three players. If you look at Liverpool, what we said when they were being successful, running the dressing room really was Van Dijk, Henderson, and James Milner. They were the three, weren't they? Where the old school take responsibility. James Milner's sort of been in and out, and two of them now aren't playing. But I say Jurgen Klopp has contributed to that as well by not, I think, picking the right team. So there's loads of...
Do you also think that there is a problem with the amount of intensity to which Jurgen Klopp demands his players have played at? And actually, the fact that they were pushed so hard to win the league last season and had to play at such a level to win the league last season has had a knock-on effect this campaign.
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt. And you might think, oh, well, that's because they play harder than anyone else. But maybe he should have looked at his squad and thought, have I got the players who can keep doing this? It's all very well, this is how I want to play. And also, how are they training? How hard are they training? Because they can't play like that unless they train like that. So
most of it would have been now. Most of it is resting. There won't be many high-intensity training sessions now because of the games coming thick and fast. It'll be more like rest, recover. We might do a few set pieces, do you know what I mean, and a bit of team shape. So, but the other thing,
interestingly though, Perry, though, if you look at, there is a bit of a pattern. If you win the league, then with probably few significant injuries, and then the following season, you look at the injuries that are suffered by those teams. Go back and have a look what happened to Leicester. During their season in which they won the league, they hardly got any injuries. But then the season afterwards, they got absolutely loads of them. Chelsea, similarly, when they won it under Antonio Conte, no injuries during the season, but the next season, loads. City, similar, and now with Liverpool as well. And I wonder if that sort of comes about with sort of like the adrenaline maybe keeps you going a little bit longer than maybe you should do during the season in which you are vying to win. And in the next season when you've won, you're almost, your body is a little bit less, has a little bit less of a defence.
Yeah, and also you're the champions, so everybody's trying to knock you off the perch, aren't they? So everybody else's level stepped up a little bit. And the way that Jurgen Klopp with Liverpool they play, we all know they want to press, and that's really started from the front and then obviously driving on from midfield. Then it seems a weird decision to let Minamino go on loan to Southampton because he's done really well at Southampton. He's another player with high energy. Jurgen Klopp obviously didn't fancy him, but Jota gets injured, so then you might be able to rotate four, and 3 from 4, which he hasn't been able to do. Origi obviously doesn't fancy. So again, there's all these injuries is a massive thing.
The goal coming off the bench since the Champions League.
Exactly, yeah. But there's all these contributing factors. Biggest one is Van Dijk. You can analyse it and analyse it to the nth degree, but Van Dijk was the one who gives Liverpool that calmness. When they've been in tight games, and Liverpool were in tight games last season when they went on their fantastic run, they were winning games by the odd goal and going behind. But when Van Dijk was playing, everybody looked around and thought, we're all right. He just calmed everybody down. Like a stress ball. They haven't got that now. So that's one of the big problems. And Jurgen Klopp's team selections is another one. So you put all this in, Liverpool end up I thought they'd be top 4, but now Henderson's out for a while. I think they'll struggle for top 4 now, Liverpool. I think they'll struggle to get in there.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I do, because of those leadership qualities.
Who do you think's going to get in there ahead of them? Chelsea?
Yeah, Chelsea, Man United, Man City, Leicester.